Okay, loves, I am Amity Rose. Welcome back. We have a cool video for you today. Do you guys know how much cool stuff is on Etsy? Especially if you're a spiritual woman. I do want to note this is kind of some advanced stuff. So if you are just beginning on your spiritual journey, I do have a video here about some spiritual finds on Amazon. This particular video for spiritual finds on Etsy is gonna be more advanced. So if you're advanced on your spiritual journey or just want to advance yourself, these items are really gonna help you do that. Quick note, Etsy has some really cool shit on there. It was far more fun to do Etsy searching than Amazon searching. So if you are looking for unique stuff and you are not an Etsy user, get on that train because good stuff. Okay, so the first really cool thing that you're gonna find on Etsy is anything that has sacred geometry. What sacred geometry is geometric laws that create everything in existence. There are several different kinds of patternings, but you can see these in nature and architecture and flowers. You can even see them in animals like the prints in their shell. They are the mathematical equations of what makes up our universe. Also, what they do is show us the blueprint of one consciousness that created life, that all life was birthed from this one particular pattern, one particular consciousness. So it is just the coolest shit ever. If you can get around sacred geometry, and I also have a really cool video about having sacred art in your home, if you wanna check that out here. It really talks about how it infuses your space, your office space, your home space, your car, all of that with a magnetic and intensified energetic field. So really anything that has the sacred geometry patterning is really what's gonna elevate your spiritual experience. Next up, you guys, and this is my favorite, I currently don't have one, but it is on my wish list, is a gong. If you have not played or been around or had the gong played and been in the room when a gong is playing, this shit is transformational. It is by far one of the best tools that supersedes the mind. Because what happens when you're around having a gong played, and you can listen on Spotify and YouTube and all that, but actually being in the space with a gong and it being played and the powers of the gong, you guys, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Really what makes it so powerful is that you have no resistance. A lot of our resistance is in our head, our thinking mind, but because it bypasses that, there's no resistance. So it's just a straight shoot to your nervous system, and what happens is it reboots it. It's just a direct communication between the vibration of the gong and the cells in your body. So it's like a tune-up for your nervous system, and there's nothing to get in the way because there's nothing to think about. It's one of the most powerful experiences that you will ever have. So if you can get yourself a gong, they come in all different sizes, from small ones to go on your desk to very large ones like the size of a person, and everywhere in between. But a gong is a must for an advanced spiritual woman. Side note, the pressure from the gong also enables your body to release any kind of like tension and illness that it's holding onto. This is one of the most regenerative practices that you can bring into your life. Again, the gong is holy. Woo! Third spiritual tool that you can pick up on Etsy for the advanced spiritual woman is gonna be Hindu deities. And before you question this, let me talk a little bit about, this isn't about adopting a new religion. This isn't about believing in something that you don't. Within the Hindu religion or ideology are these different deities that represent certain states of being or energetic states of being. And I was a little put off at first because it was weird. I don't know, it was kind of odd to me, right? All these kind of deities. And then what I came to understand and what I want to translate to you is you don't have to shift your beliefs into anything. What is actually happening when you have like Ganesh, Saraswati, Shiva, there's a few, and those are some of the main ones. They all represent a certain embodiment, a certain type of energy. So it isn't about believing in a blue man with 3 heads or the knives or the whatever. There are these beautiful stories behind them if you want to look into it. For instance, like Ganesh, which is the remover of obstacles. So all this energetic stream from this whole line of lineage of believers have put into this kind of statue, this deity, this energetic remover of obstacles. So without changing religions or however, whatever resistance might come up, if you take a picture of Ganesh or a statue of Ganesh, which is what I'm suggesting here for spiritual tools, you can take that energy and invite that in. So maybe you have something that you're going through, maybe something really challenging is happening in your life. You can call on and take in the energy of Ganesh, that remover of obstacles, to help you, to assist you on your spiritual journey. So no kind of converting needs to happen, no kind of belief in the Hindu religion or anything like that has to happen. That's not what I'm talking about. It is just another resource for you to call on to help you through. It's just an energetic resource. And when you have something tangible, like a statue or a picture that embodies that energy, that can be used as a spiritual tool to help you. Another really popular one is going to be Shiva, who is known as the destroyer. He has the energies of creation, protection, transformation. So if those are things that you're wanting in your spiritual path, you can call on the energy of Shiva. So that's the reason that they're on this list for spiritual tools for the advanced woman. You can find many options on Etsy, and it is just like an invitation. You have to ask for help, especially from these energetic realms, and that's all it is. So if you need to get through an obstacle, you've got Ganesha. If you need to transform or protect or create, you've got Shiva. And then there's plenty out there. So do a little research, do get whatever one you feel called to do, but they're very, very powerful energies to work with, especially as you're on your spiritual path or as you're advancing on your spiritual path. Number 4 is a crystal grid, you guys. If you don't have one of these are the coolest things ever. And you're gonna need crystals, so I'm gonna assume you have some, but if you don't have some, get some. Because what your grid does, and this is the beauty of it, is it concentrates all of the energy, including from your intention and the energy from the crystals, so you can set up grids for different things. So do a little research on which crystals match what you're trying to do. If you're calling in love, or you're creating an intention, or you're trying to move through something, you want to find the crystals that match. But what you'll do is you'll set them up on your crystal grid, and that's like whoosh, like you have this force field, this very high concentration of energy, and then essentially you're going to yield that with your intention. So whatever it is you're wanting to create or move through or transform, the crystal grid magnifies that, intensifies that, so you have access to this energy to move you through something or to create something. So it's a very, very powerful tool, which leads me to the 5th item that you'll find on Etsy for spiritual women is a crystal wand. Now, it isn't mandatory to have a wand to activate the crystal grid, but it is helpful. If you don't have the wand, you can use your finger, you can use anything else that you've embodied with that wand energy. It doesn't have to be an actual crystal wand, but it is pretty cool and it's pretty powerful. The wand can actually help you scan your chakras and your auras. It can give you some information like that. So the wand in itself is very powerful, and they just look cool as fuck on, like, you know, your altar or a shelf or something. They're just beautiful. But they do partner well with the crystal grid to activate it. Again, not necessary. If you want more information on how to set all that up, I just do a quick Google search on how to create a crystal grid specified for whatever you're trying to do and the crystal wand. But those are my 5 powerful tools to really accelerate you on your spiritual path. And I do want to note, even though you probably already know this, you are your single most powerful spiritual tool. There's no way around it. So you can get a deity, you can get sacred geometry everywhere, you can get a crystal grid, but if you are the most powerful spiritual tool that you will ever have access for, these things help and they're cool, but you. It is you. So whatever you're investing into your spiritual journey, that is gonna help amplify everything more than anything you can buy on Etsy. Again, these things help, but you are the answer. You are the awakening to your own self. That is the magic. As with every video, I love you so much. I pray this is deeply helpful for you as you awaken to your own divinity. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you can get me at the website. Follow me on TikTok and IG, and I will see you next week. Oh my gosh. Put that on the bloopers, huh? My gardeners came today. My grass looks really good. The pen I grabbed does not work. Definitely, you can Google on, let's see, I probably can say that better. So you will need a grit. Okay. I can't wait to have one in my home. I have got singing bowls and other tuning forks and things like that, but the gong is gonna be a really happy day when the gong comes home to my house.